honestly, I don't understand the AP top 25 rankings, all right? So you got Ohio State, who is the number one team. That's pretty much the only thing that I agree with at this point in time. And this poll that was released just a few minutes ago, Miami at number 2, I even think that might be suspect. I watched them play against Florida. Did they look overly dominant? Not necessarily, against a team that has been quite frankly struggling. Okay, Penn State, my goodness, Penn State has not played anybody. Nobody. I'm serious. You want to see Penn State's schedule? Let me bring it up for you real quick. I'm telling you, it's ridiculous the type of schedule that they have. They play a soft schedule. They'll get into the playoffs because they don't play anybody. James Franklin, he doesn't win the big game. I've talked about that before. Next weekend is literally their only game that they have that'll prove anything, right? So you got Nevada, Florida International, Villanova. Those are the 3 teams that they have played so far, and this team is ranked in the top 5. Sure, you got Oregon, but then you got UCLA, Northwestern, Iowa, then Ohio State. So really, you got 2 games, and obviously Indiana is a complete pretender. But you see what I'm saying? The first 3 games of the season, Nevada, FIU, and Villanova, and they're still ranked number 3 in the country. I don't get it. I think we'll learn a lot against Oregon, who looks honestly like a bust. I think probably if I had to rank the teams, I'd probably put Oregon, above Penn State and above Miami at this point in time. I don't know. What do you think? Sound off inside the comment box. LSU, look, this team, they're playing well, but I think every single time we move forward and Clemson continues to lose, that win that they had at the beginning of the season, it's not that impressive anymore. Georgia, look, big test with Alabama. How good is this Georgia team? Well, they beat Tennessee. I think that was a good win on the road. But how good are they? Can they take Alabama to the woodshed? Big opportunity for Georgia. If they're able to manhandle Alabama and dominate Alabama, which I don't think they will, by the way, okay, maybe this is the Georgia team kind of from the past. But I think the great majority of people think that Georgia isn't the same type of Georgia. I don't know. Oregon, they look like a buzzsaw. They really haven't played anybody either. Oklahoma, did you watch this game? I watched them against Auburn. As much as I talk about John Mateer, I wasn't blown away. I didn't think oh man, that's the best guy in college football. They are a good football team. I thought Auburn looked pretty good. I thought that was a good football game, kind of an old school SEC game with not a lot of points. Oklahoma is a good football team. Are they elite? Are they a college football contender to win the championship? I think that's still, that's not realistic, but they are a good team and probably better than last year with the quarterback. And Brett Venables, he is doing a good job. You see with him gone how much Clemson has fallen, right? Florida State. This team beat up on Kent State. They beat Alabama in week 1. They beat East Texas A&M. The thing with Florida State is they scored 35 points in the first quarter. Tommy Castellanos, he's healthy. I know he got a little banged up. I think he's going to be good to go. Maybe Florida State should be a top 5 team. I don't know. I mean, the win over Bama, that's impressive, right? If you follow Alabama football like we do. But number 8, that'd probably be a little bit too low. Actually, I'd probably go Ohio State, maybe Oregon, Georgia, Florida State, right? For a top 5. Texas A&M, they have 1 win, which is against Notre Dame. Notre Dame now 1-2. And like Coach Saban was talking about yesterday on game day, if Notre Dame's able to win the rest of their games, there's no way in hell that they're going to be left out of the college football playoff. Texas, man, this team, these are the teams. I don't understand why they're ranked number 10, okay? They didn't get blown out by Ohio State. They really didn't. But their wins are against San Jose State. They beat UTEP. And they beat Sam Houston. That was the game that yesterday Arch Manning was talking smack on the poor dude in the end zone. The Sam Houston, bro. So they're at number 10. This team, oh my goodness. Indiana's back. The quarterback, I thought he played a good game. I watched his game yesterday. But Illinois, they're getting that much credit for a win against Illinois. Are you kidding me? I'm telling you, look, this team right here, Indiana, I think they play a couple games later in the season that they could lose. They're going to be a hard team to leave out of the college football playoff. I'm telling you, the Big Ten, Oregon, you're in the playoffs. Penn State, you're in the playoffs, right? You have Ohio State in the playoffs. That's 3 teams. Indiana, maybe. And what that means is more quality teams are going to be on the bubble because this Indiana team doesn't play anybody. I can't believe they shot up what were they, 19? They shot up 8 spots. Texas Tech, they don't play anybody. I'm sure they probably win the Big 12. I'm not impressed with them, to be honest. I think that's kind of like there's always a team from the Big 12 that is exciting to watch, I guess, this year. It's them. Ole Miss. Are people sleeping on them? I want to hear from you inside the comment box on Ole Miss, honestly. Is this team good or not? 4-0. They beat Kentucky. They beat Arkansas. Other than that, who else have they played? Ole Miss, are they flying under the radar? I honestly, I don't know how good this team is. Nobody's really talking about Ole Miss. Maybe the way that Lane Kiffin wants. Iowa State, number 14. Are you kidding me? Yo, I honestly think that maybe we should just go off Josh Pate's power rankings or whatever. Iowa State at 14. This is crazy. 15 Tennessee. Okay. They're probably a top 15 team. Georgia Tech. This is a top 15 team. This team's good. And a team that I am starting to think is going to be hard to leave out of the college football playoffs. You want to look at schedules? Let's look at Georgia Tech's schedule real quick, all right? And I've gone back and forth with the subscribers talking about Georgia Tech because when you look at Georgia Tech, right, they beat Clemson. Who hasn't beaten Clemson, right? Raise your hand inside the comment box. But the rest of their schedule, I don't know how many games this team's going to lose, right? Look, here we go. Here's Clemson's schedule. So they beat Colorado, right? They beat Gardner-Webb. Where is that? They beat Clemson. They beat Temple, all right? They play Wake Forest. They play Virginia Tech, Duke. Syracuse just lost its quarterback. North Carolina State, Boston College, Pitt. Are they going to lose any of these games? I get it. They got Georgia here at the back end, but I don't know. Not a lot of people talking about Georgia Tech, and the quarterback is very, very talented, right? Alabama at 17. Is Alabama better than, let's see. Are they better than Iowa State? Yes. Are they better than Ole Miss? Probably. Texas Tech, yes. Indiana, yes. Texas, yes. Texas A&M. I think Alabama, honestly, is like a top 10 team, but they haven't played anybody, right? They haven't played anybody. So I'm not mad at them being number 17 right now. I'm really not. It's probably reverse rat poison for them going into, a top 5 game. So I'm not really mad, but I would wager that Alabama is better than, 5 to maybe 7 teams that are ahead of them in the rankings. Number 9, let's see. We got 18 is Vanderbilt. Yo, this team's pretty good. Vanderbilt is good. Is Vanderbilt better than Alabama? I don't know, but they win games. 4-0 on the season. They beat on South Carolina. And this is a team that plays with a lot of momentum, right? Michigan, number 19. This is probably a good spot for them. Justice Haynes, the running back, has been absolutely balling out. Kid has almost 600 yards in the first 4 games of the season. Where was that when he was over here? You got Missouri, good win over South Carolina. I thought that was a very entertaining game. USC, I don't know how good these guys are. Notre Dame, man, I really hope somebody beats them so they're out of the playoffs once and for all. Illinois, pretender. This is a good team. TCU, yo, this is a good team right here. And then BYU at number 25. Let me know who is overrated or underrated in the top 25. The rankings just came out. Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube. News as it happens right here. Give a roll tide and let me know what your top 5 is inside the comment box. See ya.